Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, various genders from across the world, welcome to the glorious Pack Chat from the Wicked Wolves Gaming Crew. We are putting together a podcast that we will regularly broadcast throughout the world to all of our gaming members and non-gaming members. Anybody interested in the world of distancing themselves from reality, getting themselves available to a different world and a different organization. That's what we bring. I just screwed up what I was going to say, but never mind. You all understand what I'm talking about. We are talking about the amazing games that are gaming crew that is the Wicked Wolves. Our very purpose is to extend our reach when it comes to the gaming industry, make sure we make a mark, make a dent so that people know exactly who we are, exactly what we represent, and also generally how badass we are. My name is Zubair, if you don't already know. That's my nickname down here, Big Z Bear. I'm sure you can see it. I have been in the company since almost the start, about a month in since it started, with our Fearless Alpha. I myself have been a gamer since all the way back since Sega Mega was released. I'm sure you guys might have heard of the Sonic, the Streets of Rage, all of that. I was brought up on that stuff. Then my dad was kind enough to bring me the first console that was the PlayStation, and I've been a gamer ever since. But the thing is, the difference between me and you guys is that I'm more of a campaign gamer. Majority of you guys can kick ass online. I cower in the corner and cry because I can't handle the pressure. That's why you guys are much more amazing at it than I am. Hence, my strength is to be flamboyant, to be a presenter for our lovely Pack Chat. Another couple of things about me. I've been doing mixed martial arts promotions. I've done a bit of stand-up comedy as well. Dabbling in the world of presentation seemed to be just a very natural fit for me, and I thank the Alpha for putting this idea together for us. Enough about me. I would like to bring in our fabulous co-host for this week, because every so often we will rotate our co-hosts to get a different version of the show going, because you never know what type of flavor we might be able to bring. Mine is the best, of course. Oh, shit. I screwed. Never mind. However, I shall stop being cheesy. I'll bring on my co-host, Sean Sullivan. Are you out there?
Hey, yep, I'm here. Currently.
Hello there, darling. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm fantabulous, Bunny Boo. Okay,
Good.
so I see that the nickname you have chosen for yourself is Secure Wolf. Tell me about it.
So, in other words, I changed my name since joining the Wicked Wolves Gaming, obviously community. I thought it would be perfect to go with a wolf sort of theme. Had the logo designed, everything else. In fact, I designed the logo myself. Just got a template and that. Started gaming way back. First game console, obviously, was the Atari. I actually went way back to when my parents were playing.
Wow.
So obviously, I carried on from there. I pretty much used to, bit of an embarrassing story, used to game with my mum.
Oh,
Me
how
and my mum used to
adorable.
sit there playing Resident Evil, even though she'd scream down my ear, saying about shooting some zombies. So obviously, this is where we are now. Obviously, a bit about me. Obviously, I like to game. I am the HR data manager for Wicked Wolves Gaming, keeping the data going, making sure that everyone's hitting requirements, making sure that everyone's boosting themselves as a streamer in the gaming community and bettering themselves and growing the confidence that Wicked Wolves actually need.
Fan-dabby-dozy. That's great, Secure Wolf, to hear. Yes, you are the man that helps us make sure that we are much more productive as a team. We were flailing a little bit at the beginning. We were learning the ropes, and we did have to learn the ropes, and that's when you came in also to help us streamline exactly what we all need as well. That's what what's how the Alpha brought you on, to give you that type of role. We are very grateful for the work that you're doing. Thank you very much for keeping it up. In case anybody else is wondering, I'm sticking with the bear because, you know, I'm just big and cuddly. I'm sorry, I'm not changing my name to the wolf. That does not mean I'm not part of the pack.
No,
it just means don't mess with me. I'm too cuddly to do anything. Don't worry. Mr. Secure Wolf, so far, how's your experience been with the Wolves?
It's been very good, actually. Yeah, everyone's as a family, as a community in the gaming, obviously, and that's what we needed, and the pack show that, to be honest. So that's obviously why we called it the Packcast, because we're like one big pack, one big family, help each other out, show some love. Obviously, positivity goes a long way in the community and in society nowadays, and that's what we aim to bring forward to everyone, is positivity.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Secure Wolf. You're absolutely right. When it comes to gaming, the beautiful thing about us is we're either at each other's necks like animals, or we stick up for each other no matter what. And usually, majority of us, we fall into the latter, which is only a productive way to move forward. Anybody else can start off. Having said that, the reason we are starting this podcast today is a very more intriguing one. Well, we know why we're starting, but our guest, our very first guest, it would only make sense we bring in the more obvious person who would be the first guest of our show. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep, the one and only. We can't
the
go
one and only.
Can't go wrong
the
with
alpha.
Yeah.
The guy who actually put this all together. The guy who decided that he'd give me the post, and I'm very grateful for him. The guy who's been tolerating our bullcrap for quite a long time. May I welcome to you, ladies and gentlemen, the alpha, Jordan Lee Eaton.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? How are we? Thank you very much for having me here. Much appreciated as always. Zubair, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the offer for asking me to come on the podcast more than anything, especially on the first one. A glorious release. So looking forward to it.
Yes, well, we had no choice. You are the owner of the company after all. Having said that, my good man, Alpha.
That's true.
We love him really, ladies and gentlemen. Despite that. So, Mr. Alpha, first things first, as we've introduced ourselves, already a lot of us know a little bit about you, but just for the newcomers who may not know, give us a few moments of your time. Tell us who you are and what you're about.
So, guys, hi, my name's Jordan Eaton. I'm Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Wicked Wolves Gaming. Me and my brother actually created the organisation together. My little brother Harrison, he's not in the management team. He's playing as a competitive player for the organisation. We was playing competitive Call of Duty for a number of teams, for Valhalla, for Cryptic, that sort of stuff, for Call of Duty. Now I've recently gone into the Apex scene. But yeah, we got dropped from them and decided, because it was, I don't want to scrutinise another team, but it wasn't a righteous kick. So I want to give other people a fair opportunity within our organisation, which is why I created Wicked Wolves. The reason why I come up with the name, believe it or not, because my online gamer tag was Wicked J, and my favourite animal was a wolf, so it was just like Wicked Wolf. But it sounded a bit corny, so I went Wicked Wolves Gaming. So yeah, it was decent.
Okay.
Yeah, I play everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to your questions. Don't hold back. I know that you said that you're going to be doing a Q&A with the people watching a little bit later on. So I'm looking forward to it. So shoot whatever you have at me.
All right. So obviously, the first question I have to ask you is, what made you actually think I want to start this?
Oh, that's a good question, to be fair, because do you know what? Like I said in my intro, there's a lot of organizations out there that I feel are not very structured, and I pride myself in the fact that I'm quite structured myself, and the way that I go around business, I'm very structured, very organized, and that's why I come up with, actually, I could probably do this, because I was playing as the IGL for Cryptic for going on 4 years. So doing that, having that experience in the competitive scene, I just thought, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's create my own competitive COD team. That's why originally I set up. But yeah, that's mainly why I set up the organisation. We started as a COD team, and now we've got Apex teams, League teams, we've got Fortnite teams. Big shout out to the League team, by the way. Absolutely amazing work. We've got all sorts of teams. So yeah, that's why I set up.
Okay.
Fantabulous, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, we do see that now. You're absolutely right. You have the capacity and the skill to put something together to organize it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. The next, I guess, organic question coming away from gaming is, outside of gaming, I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself. What goes on in your life right now? I mean, we're co-workers as well. You're a manager of the place we work at, right? At the BT Call Center. So,
yes. And
a little bit of history around perhaps your professional work, how that probably leaked into how your gaming world, sort of your perspective of starting up a company for the gaming world. You want to give some insight into that, maybe?
Absolutely, absolutely. So with the actual, so I started off at McDonald's, where every spotty teenager does start their working lives. I was there for 4 years. Originally, it was a 6 month gig, and then I moved to O2, selling mobile phones, fixing phones, dealing with software, that sort of stuff. And then obviously I'm at BT. I've been BT for 2 years. Very happy, very good company. But on the side, I was also playing darts to a decent standard. But I suffered a serious shoulder injury, which strained me quite a bit because my shoulder was it was wrecked. So obviously I picked up gaming, started gaming, got quite good at it, and that's when I decided to go from there, and the rest is history.
Just a quick one, guys. Obviously, we have had a question.
Yes.
They have put down, how do your teams enter competitions, and are any fees paid, or do the individual players pay their own way?
So the way that we have it at the moment is we have it as competitive and content. So with our competitive teams, they're obviously training, getting practice and getting together. We've only recently just started expanding our competitive scene because we was more content before. And it's like a scale. You can't have one without the other. So the way that we did that is basically we've now got the more teams in. So we're going to be getting them practicing, getting the synergy together with the teams, and then we'll be entering comps. If it's paid comps, we'll probably be putting funds into it. And then obviously think of it like a Sunday football match. That's the way I look at it. The team helps out and the players pay subs. That's the way that we'll be doing it. And then the winnings, if there is any winnings, get shared between the parties.
Obviously, that it is, as just to notify, it isn't forced upon them. It's just as a family gathering sort of thing. We all help each other out, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's not like we say, right, you are ridiculous, you are going to competitive. It's not like that. We give them an option. So we turn around to them and say, listen, do you want to, even through the recruitment process, I work a lot closer with the recruitment manager, the recruitment guys. I actually go to them and say, right, okay, these are what we need. They'll obviously go out and look for it with our social media guys. We've got really good marketing team. Big shout out to Josh Edwards and the boys. But they go out, they look for whatever. And when they come in, we might think, Jesus Christ, this guy's amazing. But he might not feel confident enough to play competitive. He'd rather play content, and that's fine. Because end of the day, we've got him in the family, and we're there to support him. If we need to build his confidence up, we'll build his confidence up because we see that potential.
Yep, that's fine.
Awesome. So another question I'd like to ask, Alpha, is naturally having a dream, full stop, is going to come with its difficulties. You're chasing yours. We've definitely had hiccups along the way, such pain in the neck along the way. We've experienced some of them together. I'd like to pick up on one particular thing as well. It's more to do with the setting up of teams. So some long-standing members might have some confusion as to why it might have taken longer than they expected to put teams together, etc. That came with its own set of difficulties. I'd like for you to expand on that so that could be a bit more common knowledge for people. And go ahead, sorry.
There's people in the past that have gone, actually, I can do this, and they don't see it from my point of view that we need the headcount to be able to do it. So it's hard because you've got to think about time zones. You've got to think of competitive standard. You've also got to think of the individuals, the way that they work with the synergy and the team dynamic. It's a lot of science that does go into making a dynamic team. You can't just push 5 guys together and go, you're going to be our competitive team. It doesn't work like that. You have to look at the guys and go, right, okay, them two are good mates. They're both at a decent enough level. We need to find more players. And that's the way that we look at that. With more going towards the competitive side, if you've got, say, Apex, for example, if you've got one person that's a diamond and you've got somebody who wants to play competitive and they're a gold, they can't play together. It's physically impossible. The only way they can play it is just local matches. They can't play ranked. So it's hard for them to practice together in a competitive environment. It's just you have to basically dot your I's and cross your T's.
No, it's purely a game of logistics because a lot of people from the outside just say, why don't you do it? Well, come on, give it a try. And as we've already written, some people have given it a try and crashed and burned in less than a month, and maybe sometimes in weeks or something like that. But obviously, people have to understand it's also one thing I'd like to add to that is when it came to putting teams together, it's about the commitment of the individuals as well. Many people have come and gone because they wanted their own share of the pie when there wasn't even a pie yet to share. And then did one thinking that, well, no one's doing anything for me, and then they were left in a worse position than they were before, right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
but also as well with the actual like synergy, like I said, you can't have 2 guys from the UK and 3 from the US because the US times and the UK times are totally different. So if you've got like a training schedule, which our teams actually do, it's very hard to do because you might be at work when the other person's getting up. When you go home, they're going to work. So you need to make sure that it's actually UK. So you want a team that's UK, a team that's US. That's the way that we look at it, because then the time zones are a lot better, the practicing schedule's a lot better, and then that's the way we look at it. So it is hard.
Absolutely.
Okay, obviously, main question we want to ask is if, for instance, when you made the organisation, was it a difficult proceeding into thinking, how am I going to get sponsors and stuff?
The best thing for me is I took it one step at a time. I sat down with a plan and thought, right, okay, where do I need to be? Where do I need to go? There's a little wolf. There we go. The little wolf. So I looked at it from my point of view where, okay, right, so where do we need to be and where do we need to get through? Initially at the start, I didn't think about sponsorships. I didn't think about money. I just wanted to get a family-based team together, something that I could actually turn around and go, actually, I'm quite proud of something. I weren't bothered about money. I weren't bothered about sponsorship or anything like that. So getting people together was the main focus. I had to sort out the structure because I'm a very structured person, as I've said. So that's why we did that.
It's cool.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
Funny noises. Just ignore the clicking in the background.
It's the wicked pup of the group. Yay! I'm sure there are plenty of other people out there who have their own little pups as well.
The secure pup.
Yeah, secure pup. He's secured, all right.
Hi, little one.
Can you say wicked wolf?
Yeah.
No.
Close enough. How old is she? Is she? He?
She is 1.
She is 1. Good. We forced a gender role on her.
The next CEO of Wicked Wolves Gaming sat right there.
Exactly.
Just give it 20, 25 years. Yeah. Fan-dabby-dozy. So another thing we like to look at, I mean, the beautiful thing is about us is we got gamers across all consoles, really. You got the Xbox, the PlayStation, you got the PC. I'm going to ask a very cheeky question. How do you feel about PC gamers? Oh, sorry, not PC gamers, mobile gamers.
Oh my. I thought you was going to start something there.
I just threw a match into it all. I wanted to see if it would fly.
So my reaction obviously tells you my answer. I do not mind mobile gaming.
Keeping it diplomatic.
I do not mind mobile gaming at all. It's the fact that when people just focus mainly towards mobile gaming, they don't have PlayStation, they don't have Xbox, they don't have PC. I just want to go up and shake them and go, what are you doing? Do you know, like, get a console, get a PC.
And they're gaming on like a Samsung Note 20 or something like that. They've got the money. It's not that they don't want to. I'm a gamer, and it's like one button to play on Candy Crush.
On my game, on my phone, I seriously, I've got like 4 games. I will tell you exactly what I've got. So I've got Mario Kart. I've got Call of Duty Mobile. I've got Mobile Legends. I've just recently downloaded that because Glenn keeps annoying me about it. That's our vice president of esports, by the way.
Glenn, how could you?
Yes, and.
You've corrupted our president.
I'm footy manager. Yeah, it's
okay.
They're the only 4 games I've got.
I got Scrabble. That's it, and even that I'm thinking of uninstalling.
Right. Okay. We're talking about mobile gaming. Scrabble.
Well, Scrabble I got as an app on my damn phone. I just figured I'd like to use my cerebellum every now and then. Then I started playing and I realized I don't have much of a cerebellum against these guys. So off with that. What
was the question? Sorry.
Well, the question was what you thought about mobile gaming, but I think we got our answer.
No, there was a question from.
Yeah, so I got one saying Little Wolf needs to start gaming too.
Yep.
Okay, that's not much of a question, but no, he'll be there.
Already started.
Should be there next month.
And someone I've already put in interest for joining the COD team. My friend is on the same level as me, and I want to encourage him in, but he's not sure. What would be your advice on for him joining?
So my advice would be, we accept any gamers more than anything.
He's gone. He just asked the question and sod it off.
So yeah, going to the question. My strong advice is, if you are interested in playing competitive Call of Duty, put the time and effort in. If you want to join us as a competitive Call of Duty player, drop the Facebook page a message, and our recruitment team will pick it up. They're very nice, very friendly. Maybe our social media manager might pick it up. For competitive, we do look at the stats, because the way that you look at it, I think this season's meta is, and the layout is hardpoint, search, and dom. So you need to be, if you're just a TDM player, so a team deathmatch player, you can't just come in competitive thinking, oh yeah, it's hardcore, or yeah, it's just team. It's not. You've got to play your different types. You've got to consider your roles as well. So there's different roles within Call of Duty. But if you're at a decent level, that's the way you'd be focusing at it. We have IGLs as well, so they'll assign the roles. But yeah, that's the way that, just drop us a message. If not, if they're not answering, drop me a personal message, Jordan Eaton on Facebook. I'm more than happy to help you out.
She's gone.
Are you done with the pop?
I'm done with the pop.
Done with the pop.
She's now gone to the beta.
Oh, she's gone to the beta. you realize her first word is going to be a howl, you know?
No, that's going to be my word when she hits me.
Fair enough, dude. Awesome, dude. Do we have any other questions up before I shoot one off? Because I might change topic quite drastically. So,
any questions? Shoot them to me.
So, another one. How many American teams have we got, out of curiosity? Also, any league teams in the American circuit?
We don't have an American league team yet. It is something I'm looking into. We've just got our league team for the UK, well, the EU, well, UK. We've got somebody that's filling in as the mid laner for UK, but he's in EU. Very confusing. We are triangling somebody for the mid lane for the UK today, which is very nice. But US wise, we are very keen in getting a league team for US as well, because then it covers both regions. Because we mainly operate out of UK, US. We do have a couple of EU members. We have one or two Aussie members. I think we've even got a Mexican. Random.
Hola.
Yeah,
that's random. Yeah, very
random.
random.
¿Cómo está, señores?
Yeah, so that's
not racist at all. Sorry, just trying to be multicultural.
We'll be looking at league teams, definitely. Especially, we probably will be looking at another league team for the UK and one for the US, definitely.
Here's another one from Jaco. It is competitive CS:GO team. Have we got one?
I am in talks with a few members, a few potential members coming in. I know Jaco was playing in our original CSGO team, if Zubair remembers. We did have on our YouTube channel, we do have a few clips of that. So Jaco, drop me a message on Facebook and we will have a chat and potentially get that sorted.
Okay, I'm going to drift away because a lot of the questions are seeming to gear towards the mechanics of the company itself. Yeah. I would like to just step away from that for a moment, just to bring it back to the individuals behind the gaming structure. Now, one particular member as well I'd like to bring up is our president, who Samson, I believe he's your cousin, I think it is. Am I correct?
He's my mum's cousin, so it's very weird, but I see him more. Within our family, we don't do seconds, we don't do step, we don't do anything like that. He's my cousin, but I see him more like a big brother because I'm the oldest out of like 14. So I see him more like a big brother. If I'm in any trouble or I'm having shit time, he's the first person I'll ring, and he's one of the most people in my family that I actually trust. So because, yeah, it's a long story apart from my brother, but he's like a brother to me, and he was the natural. Originally, the president and chief operating officer was my little brother Harrison, who set the team up with me. But he's just turning 18 next month. He can't run a business as a second in command at his age. Do you know what I mean? I want him to experience.
He's still learning how to freaking get to grips with life and get along.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
To throw such a heavy responsibility of such a giant company, he's got to learn from you and Samson first, right?
Absolutely. So we agreed that obviously Samson had come in. He's got a lot of experience in different businesses. He's been a PR manager for a sweet company for near enough 10 years. So he knows the part. And here he is. He's in chat now. So
yeah.
Hi, Samson. How are you?
Big shout out to Samson. Much love, brother.
And he's logged off because I said the creepy hi. He's like, shit. All right. So, do we have, before I take it away again, do we have any other questions? Secure Wolf?
We've got none at the moment. I have got one for yourself, obviously. So, if we're looking at a CSGO team and everything,
Yep.
what other bits are we planning on doing, like, to help the pack go forward, and how is it planned it all?
So this week we've just done a new infrastructure change. So we used to have quite a clunky structure system, which was very it used to like cross over quite a bit. Whereas now I've changed it so it's very individual sections, and having a figurehead to control each individual section. We used to have people in certain positions that was very reactive more than proactive, which is what I look for as the head of the organization. So now I've tweaked it a little bit, put people in roles where they fit. We've recently got a brand new spanking new Discord, which is massively upped our productivity. So big shout out to our tech support manager, Ash Morris. Much love to you, brother. He's helped us out and done us a solid favor there. But overall, that's the way that we're going to be doing it. I've brought a new esports competitive manager in. He's going to be working with, obviously, Sean. We're going to be looking for competitions once the team's ready. And then once they're ready, we'll be sending them to comps, getting exposure, getting experience, and then onto the majors.
Okay, I did get a question. Question from Sharon from Not
Sharon!
You. Yeah, for Jordan, she said, "Why did you mention Sims? She feels like she has been missed out."
Sims,
yeah.
Where do I start with Sims?
I was just about to say that, because I'm stuck with Sims.
I'm joking. Sims is a very good game. It's very chilled. It's not really something that goes down competitive. It's more around content. So that it does have it doesn't have a large content following, but it has a large-ish content following, and a lot of people play it. I know there used to be a member that was in our organization about 6 months ago called Grey Wolf. She played Sims religiously and she streamed it all the time. She got to a point where she had like 1,000 followers just because of Sims. So it's not like it's a bad game or anything like that. It's just very underutilized, I'd say.
I find it's more of a chilled game, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Sit back.
Yeah. And we much rather have a heart attack and an adrenaline rush. So I'm very sorry. If you're too chilled, you're supposed to be a hunter. Come on, you're a wolf, right?
Unlike the online gamers, who are having heart attacks.
Heart attack. We have a gamer. His name is the Angry Gamer. And the first time I watched it, for the first 20 minutes, he was more chilled than an ice cream. My God, he wasn't. I'm like, you said your name is Angry Gamer, right? And I haven't even heard you say out of frustration. And then when I log off, he turns into the Incredible Hulk. I mean, you jackass. That's what I was looking for. But that is what I believe a gamer acts like.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yep.
Sims, my left toenail. My
Whatever
gosh.
gamer says they never rage. Yeah. Need help.
I'm usually cooler than a cucumber, but when I genuinely ditched Tekken because I was losing my crap too much. I used to play for 3-4. I'm gonna win the next one. I'm gonna win the next one, and I lost like 10 in a row. I'm like, that's it. I'm done with this game. It was like I was playing like 4 or 5 hours straight a night, and I'm thinking, there's more to my life than this game. There are other games out there in the world. So I ditched that. I got myself recently. I just got myself Control, and now I'm waiting on Final Fantasy VII remake. That's the one I really want to get.
Yeah,
I don't know. Did you guys play the originals?
I cannot play them. It's
really?
I can't do them. No.
Oh, get out! I mean, you know what? The Final Fantasy VII for me was the peak. After Final Fantasy VII, it just went downhill. Final Fantasy VIII was okay. 9 was 10 was interesting because it was on PlayStation 2. The story did just go worse and worse and worse, and then they try to sex it up by saying Final Fantasy 12 Women's Edition or some crap like that. Like, what the hell are you doing?
This is a bit of a one. To me, Final Fantasy is like Fast and Furious. They should have stopped after October.
Oh no!
Oh, geez. You know what? Fair point.
I have opened a can of worms. We just dropped like 8 viewers after I made that remark, but it's true. It's true.
You know what? It is, you know what? Yeah, because they were trying to be. You know, with Final Fantasy VII, my theory. My cousin told me this, and I agree with him. They had so much time to develop Final Fantasy VII. They took their flipping time with it. And generally, there's never been a story in Square Enix have ever made that matched to that. It's shock value. What happened to Ares? Spoiler alert! And the way the Cloud's real identity that comes out. That's what I loved about that. Ever since, I've never had that feeling from an RPG ever. I mean, RPGs have been cool. Like you've got your Witcher 3 hunt, you've got Outer Worlds is out there. What else? Give me some RPGs. I can't remember any off the top of my head. When you put on the flipping spot, you forget them all. Skyrim, Fallout. Yeah. Was it Fallout? Yeah, Fallout is awesome.
Is World of Warcraft classed as well?
World of Warcraft. See, my issue is because I'm a very campaign-based guy, I get a little bit itchy and scratchy with some RPGs because then I'm that kind of guy who says, I can't make a decision. And then you're supposed to pick one route and it fucks. So I generally sometimes Google, now what happens if I make this decision? Because I'm such a wussy. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in the game.
I think the most underrated RPG of all time for me is Darksiders. The story behind that game is actually ridiculous. And it's one of the most underrated games.
It's the Horseman, isn't it? The Horseman,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that really an RPG? It's more like an action hack and slash, really?
It's more puzzle though. So it's
more like what God of War was on up to PS3, right? Yeah. No, that was amazing. I do generally like that.
Stuff like Dark Souls and that. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, that's RPGs as well. So,
do they really fall? Okay, if they fall under RPG, for me, they're just kind of like hack and slashes. RPGs, I find more are heavily story based, to my opinion. Darksiders Darksiders has an amazing story as well.
I know somebody who does. Ash will understand this. I know he's in chat. I can see his messages. We know somebody in the team that just likes story based games, don't we, Ash?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aside from me,
is there any questions or anything?
Sorry.
We've got a question here. From Linda Daly? How do you rate talent for the competitive scene for games like Rainbow Six and COD?
So we have a strict recruitment process more than anything. Recruitment with the competitive side, we look at mainly stats. So if it's a game like Call of Duty, we will have a look at their KD. We'll have a look at so you've got the individual stats. So obviously you'll have search and destroy. You'll have your DOM. You'll have your what's the other one? Hardpoint. Sorry. And then after that, we'll have a look at their individual KDs and we'll have a look at the weapons that they use. And then we will get probably our IGL of that competitive team to give them a tryout. By recognizing the last name, I know who you're referring to. I work with Josh Daly, who's on the new Grab Bear team. He's on Muller's new Grab Bear team. And his brother's just joined us for the Rainbow Six competitive team.
Awesome.
He's unbelievable. Honestly, awesome. I was watching them practice last night. The comms was on point, and there was insane. So he is a very good player, but we do have a strict recruitment process unless I know the individual. Obviously, I know Josh, and he was telling me for a few days about his brother. But that's why we do have a stricter recruitment process around that, especially with they have to sign like an NDA because at the end of the day, we don't want our information, our protected. Our ideas, our marketing strategies going to other teams.
Our techniques and everything, of course.
Yeah. It's not the fact that we do anything dodgy or anything like that. It's just the fact that we want to protect our brand more than anything.
Yeah. We don't do anything dodgy anymore. Whoops! Sorry, couldn't resist. I have to call someone out, don't I, Sean?
Yeah, you have to call someone out.
I have to call someone out. What's her name again? Marco Marcello. Marcello? Marco. I would just like to say, shame on you for not watching any of the Fast and Furious. Up to 5, they were amazing. You have to go and watch. There were only 5. Just let you know, there's only 5. Okay, 3. Which? No. Come on. 5 was the best. The one in Brazil was the best.
I'm willing to buy the DVDs for them and just send them over to them if they really want
to. Let's a GoFundMe page for Mark, please. She hasn't seen the bloody Fast and Furious. Please give us a penny. Jeez.
To me, there's a few films that should have stopped after like 3. Rocky.
Get out. Shame on you. All right, Terminator. Yeah, I'll give you that. There's only 2 Terminators. I'm sorry.
Terminator. Fast and Furious. What's the one with Tom Cruise?
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Sort of. They're so much fun.
Yeah, that's
I'm a kid in the 90s. I like the cheesy action. I love the cheese. Nowadays, people are getting so wrapped up and they have to have a real story or something like that. We need some cheesy stuff out there. I need cheesy action. That's why I like the Mission Impossibles.
To be fair, everybody says after the third film they start going downhill, but there is an exception to that. And by the way, this podcast isn't sponsored by it, but John Wick. That is all I'm saying.
Ooh, yes. I second that opinion. I said even the Matrix kind of went down after number 2 and 3, and they dare try to risk making a 4. John Wick, geez. I cannot wait for number 4. Number 4 is so cool. And you know, how
have we gone to movies?
I don't know. Sorry, wrong. But well, they are. Well, you know what? I can bring it back to games. They are making a John Wick video game.
Oh, I would buy that.
You know what? And they're working with the people who make the movie. You know why? Because they can't just make a regular action movie with a guy running around and shooting people and slap the name John Wick on it. What made John Wick amazing was the fighting styles. Never mind just with the gun, but the one-on-ones, right? The Brazilian jiu-jitsu used in the game. So they have to figure out a technique in the gaming style so that we can particularly partake in that action style with John Wick as well as just the firing the guns. That's going to be interesting to see.
Also, they've got based the game on the story itself, on how he became that person.
Awesome. So like a prequel.
Yeah, so they could be looking at making a campaign for it.
In number 4, I think they elaborated into it where he originally come from, but they didn't go into it in detail. They just explained that he got traveler passage through to America.
Number 3, you mean?
No, was it number 3? No,
the latest one's number 3, my good friend. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
the latest one's number 3.
Number 4 is coming out this year. But you can see that they're teeing it up for his backstory more than anything. So I'm looking forward to John Wick 4. But going on to something that was a game and like a series, what did we think to Witcher?
I mean, oh my God, he's straining.
Yeah, that's tough.
Are you straining because you're full of it because of your opinion on Witcher?
Personally, I'm not a massive fan of Witcher. I loved the game. I did. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, I wouldn't do that. Go ahead.
I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed some of the episodes, but I just can't seem to sit there and marathon it.
The way I look at it for The Witcher is I compare it to, because it's more of the style of Thrones. So I look at season 1 Thrones and I think, do you know what? Witcher absolutely crapped on it. I'm just excited the fact that it's been renewed for 4 more seasons for Netflix. 4 more seasons, yeah.
Awesome.
Henry Cavill has turned around and said he will carry on playing The Witcher as long as there's content. So
I heard that. Awesome.
That is more what I am looking forward to. Season 1 Witcher outshines season 1 Thrones. If it carries on the projection that it is going to, it's going to be the biggest show we've ever seen.
Must admit, they couldn't have picked anyone better though to play The Witcher.
Perfect guy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nobody could say and
he's a gamer.
That's perfectly as him.
He's a gamer. He's probably not even watching this. If he was, that'd be amazing. But if he joined our team, that'd be insane. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guy. He nearly missed the role for Superman. Remember?
Yep.
He was playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was not Dungeons and Dragons. What was he playing?
Warcraft, I think.
Warcraft. That was it. He was doing a raid or something.
Yeah,
he was in the middle of the game, and then he missed the call, and then he said, "Oh God damn! I better call him back."
We need to get some celebrities in the team.
Yes, we do. We need bigger celebrities. We need bigger celebrities. Yeah, eventually, one day we'll get them.
We do have a close connection with John Coachman. Obviously, he contacted us about his son. We're obviously in chats with him about his son potentially joining as an honorary member, but we'll see how them talks go.
Well. Let me just make this clear, though. It'll be cool to have celebrities, but we don't rely on celebrities because we're all badass as we are.
Exactly.
There we go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Kumbaya, my... Sorry. No, so... But one thing I want to bring it back to now, I mean, Witcher, yes. I mean, aside from the TV series, the game, you know what I love really about the game? It's not even the game itself. Right? I mean, I love playing it. I ran through one time, and I'm the type of guy, there's multiple endings. I don't have the patience to do it all over again. I YouTube the other flipping endings, right? But it's more the work ethic and the quality ethics of the company themselves, Project Red. and the way they don't treat us like freaking cash cows. I mean, I know that they were never going to do a DLC, and then they did the one DLC. What was it, Blood and Wine for 1999? You buy a skin on, I don't know, Modern Warfare for 1999 or something like that. They gave you how many hours of content for that amount of money? It was another game, for God's sakes. Yeah, and now the Cyberpunk. When they said that they were going to delay Cyberpunk, nobody freaked out. Nobody got cheesed off. Nobody got ticked off that how dare you delay it. They all said, we trust you. So just make sure it's going to be awesome when it's released. We know that you're going to do something awesome.
So
right?
with that, I completely agree. So you look at Fortnite, and it's the same shit. Sorry for my language.
Thank you.
It is the same stuff over and over and over and over. The battle pass is exactly the same. Basically, it's copy and paste. Same with FIFA. That is a game I'm not really a fan of. I'm a big football fan, by all means. I just cannot stand FIFA.
I tell you, just something. Yeah, if we're looking into Fortnite, I'll admit I sweated Fortnite when it first came out.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah,
we all did. Apart from Zubair because he likes his Tekken.
50 packs.
I couldn't give two hoots.
Yeah, but looking at it, obviously, because I'm close in work with Unreal Engine and Unity and stuff like that, and the way the game mechanisms work, we do look at it as if it is copy, paste that character, just put a new suit on them. That's literally all it is. It's copy, paste, new suit. That's it.
The mechanic, I think Fortnite, the mechanics at the start was very good. The thing that made Fortnite what it is today, where it's very hated, is because the success of Fortnite went very fast. So anything that goes from 0 to 200 in a matter of months and becoming one of the biggest games in the world in the matter of over 6 months is going to have a big hatred. More of the
haters gonna hate.
More of the factor was though when they changed the building. So initially, season 1, 2, you could literally just build up people would just build a wall and a ramp, and you'd sit on it and you'd have a fight. Whereas now it's the best builder wins, and I don't like it. That's why I've now gone to Apex Legends, because it's literally you've got your abilities, you've got your positioning, you've got all sorts of different matter. It's not just who can wrap up the highest. I'm not trying to build like Blackpool Tower. I'm trying to kill you.
You're not a civil engineer. Step back. I've got an architect.
We have got a question, and this one might raise a few punches.
Oh no.
Question for all of you: which do you prefer to play on PC or console, and why?
PlayStation. Ooh. PlayStation is king. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm not sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Terrible.
You PC all the way, aren't you, Jordan?
How many people stop watching now after I said that?
Personally, for me, I'm looking forward to the new Xbox more than anything. I think I've had a look at the specs. I do have PC, I do have Xbox, I have had PlayStation 4, obviously for competitive COD reasons. But for me, I think Xbox, especially the way that they work, like Christmas, they will always give you a free game, no matter what. Xbox Live, they're always giving you free games. And I just feel like it's more user-friendly than PlayStation.
You see, so I can't really say anything because PlayStation Plus, we get 2 free games every month. We do.
Yeah, but, I'm on PlayStation. I signed up for PlayStation Plus because I wanted to play Tekken Online. And I quit Tekken after 3 months. I was like, oh my god. I mean, it's my favorite fighting game ever. It will never. I don't know. It's more the nostalgia of it, but then that's beside the point. But with PlayStation now, you're absolutely right. You get 2 free games every month. You get a 16-bit game kind of thing, as well as a high-quality game as well. What was it? Neo was out last month or something like that, a couple of months ago, I remember. And I think that was just to get people excited for Neo 2 that's just released this month, which reminds me, I've got to pick that up tomorrow. But yeah, that's the thing you get with PlayStation now as well. But at the end of the day, guys, it's just I would want to remind everybody, this is only friendly banter. I'm sure PC is amazing. I'm sure Xbox is amazing. It's just PlayStation happens to be king. Just get over yourselves. Don't worry about it. We will still love you otherwise.
We got a few comments here, so we got.
I bet you do.
Noxy EU, but can you just let Jordan know that he is no longer my fellow DJ?
Oh, Oh,
Sad
the play.
We need some
What?
sorrow music in the background right now.
I'll find him in a minute.
And Sharon Miller put, he is no longer my Aussie.
Oh, that hurt me more.
Oh.
That hurt me more.
Wait, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can.
There is nothing better.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's me. There we go.
Perfect.
Back to you.
that comment about me not allowed to be Aussie. So a bit of a backstory, right? So obviously Sharon is like obviously Aussie's wife. We all know that. Glenn, who's our VP of esports, his wife's called Sharon Miller. She's actually commenting in chat. But what it is obviously when she was on a call once when me and Glenn were talking about marketing because he was the director of brand at the time. And I turned around and she was just in the back. I was like, all right, is that your wife? Yeah. Called Sharon, isn't she? And then just out of nowhere, because I'm a big Ozzy Osbourne fan, I went, Sharon, the butter's not in the bathroom. And obviously Glenn's done it ever since. But now his little lad's been doing it. So little Hunter, my little mate, Hunter, if you're watching, much love, brother. He literally runs around going, Sharon. It's really cute, but really funny.
Oh, adorable. Do we have another question before I switch it to something more serious?
As I can see, there is no more questions at the moment.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Any questions for me?
Comments?
Okay. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for the comments now. I mean, Sean, you got it right covered. This is Secure Wolf. I would like to bring it to something a little bit more serious. Obviously, we're all talking about it. It's affect the globe. It is our favorite friend, the little 1 micron valued coronavirus causing the COVID-19 illness across the globe. First things first, I'm sure we all agree. Our hearts go out to anybody who's been affected by it, and everybody make sure they do make the proper precautions. You all know what you need to do. We don't need to repeat it. Wash your hands, stay at home, social distancing. Don't be a jackass and buy 75 blue rolls and leave nothing for the rest of us. Otherwise, we will crap on your lawn if we don't have any tissue paper left. Having said that, and use the grass to wipe our butts. Having said that, what's really, because this is a gaming podcast, we need to talk about how it's actually affected the gaming world. Absolutely. So any thoughts about that, guys?
I'll jump in on that one first of all. Sorry to butt in, but personally, I'm obviously a Call of Duty background. Call of Duty League is on at the moment, and obviously the way that the CDL works, it's now gone to franchised. So they go to individual towns at each time. So the last one was Los Angeles, where it was the Optic Gaming and the LA Guerrillas. They was hosting the LA series, but the next one that was meant to go to Dallas for Dallas Empire's home series. That's actually been called off because of it. I don't know if they're going to be playing it behind closed doors, whether they're going to be doing it in Orlando. We don't know. It's the fact of the matter that they're actually calling off a lot of series, especially due to the coronavirus. But it's just one of them, and it really it's a shame, and anybody that's been affected from it. Yeah.
Just to go further from that, yeah. So obviously we were all planning to buckle up and go to Comic-Con at some point, weren't we? Or something like that, some big venture for us all. They have cancelled it. Obviously that's massive in gaming, and not only gaming, obviously any content generally, like anime, anything like that. They have cancelled it. A lot of people are obviously sad about this, but they've postponed it. So they believe once it's all cooled down and everything's fine. Another thing I'd just like to say, obviously, is everyone just stay safe. That's the main thing. Stay safe. Look after your family. Look after your friends. And that's it.
Absolutely. Because in the long run, it's better just to be a little bit ticked off and annoyed rather than act genuinely sick. And guys, if there's any question about it, you might genuinely be immune to it. But the problem is you can be a vector. You can be carrying the virus. So make sure you keep that idea. And God forbid anything else happen to you, then you're going to put a strain on the NHS. I mean, these things are obvious. Some people might not know it. That's why we got to highlight it. Even if you don't catch COVID-19, God forbid, you catch another illness that has to have you hospitalized. You're putting an undue strain on the NHS or in the UK or any other health industry, whichever country you're from right now. But particularly, just talking about gaming, I was just looking it up and just see across the board, so many things have been cancelled. Hardware related, we've got the Switch has been delayed. Its production in Japan. E3 was cancelled. What else was there? Apparently Eve something that's cancelled as well. What was it? Eve Online Fan Fest. That was it. That was cancelled in Iceland. And what else was there? The what do you call it? Overwatch League games. They were also canceled out as well. You know, they were canceled from South Korea. Nobody's doing that anymore. Oculus Quest now the headgear that's been delayed on back order. People can't order anymore. You'll have to sit tight and wait because obviously production stopped. So that's a ball ache for everybody, unfortunately. But whether we like it or not, I would much rather the inconvenience than the panic or the pandemic that it could potentially be. So I'd rather overestimate the potential dangers and prepare for that rather than be depressed afterwards that we didn't take precautions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, another one as well, just to be careful of the current swine flu now as well in China.
V2.
So, yeah. Well, no, apparently they're calling it something like MI52.
Does Tom Cruise have anything to do with it?
I don't know. Maybe he sneezed on someone. Yeah, maybe caught bird.
He was doing a trick off the Taiping Tower, and then he caught a virus on the way down. I don't know.
Yeah, must have been
that guy's mad enough.
Down. Yeah. Obviously, we've got John Samson who put, with everyone at home playing games, some of the servers can't cope.
No doubt. I mean, flipping heck, with Netflix, what Netflix did, I didn't understand why at the time, but then it was made clear that they've reduced the quality of the video streaming service. Why? Quite frankly, because everyone's going to be streaming and it's going to do undue pressure onto the servers. So they've had to reduce the quality. And naturally, the game is going to be affected because the servers are going to be overloaded. So if they decide to do something similar, like Netflix said, I don't know if they can, if they have the capacity to do that, just so people can game online. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything about it when it came? I didn't come across anything in my research.
So I know one for certain that Apex is potentially looking at upgrading their servers more than anything, because the server capacity they've got is one of the best servers on the gaming market at the moment. Because obviously season 1, season 2, they didn't have that big of an influence, so they didn't have that big of a push. But every person you speak to now, what game do you play? 9 times out of 10, you'll hear Apex Legends. So it's one of the biggest games on the country in the world at the moment. They're actually looking at upgrading because at the moment they have different servers for each country, whereas most people have servers for each like continent. So like League of Legends has EU West, EU North, all that sort of stuff. But they actually have it per country. So I know Epic headquarters is in London. That's where the servers are held. So they are going to be looking at potentially upgrading and looking after if we potentially go into lockdown. That's what they're going to be doing.
I think all gaming people will be looking at new servers and upgrades and stuff when it happens. Obviously, I'm a key worker, so I can't really get out of anything. So they're literally putting me on lock.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I didn't even know that about you, Sean. You're a key worker at the where again? Sorry.
I work as a officer at a transportation company.
Oh, right. Oh, God, yeah. They're going to flipping be all over you, aren't they? Flipping
See, with us working for BT as well, we're actually key workers because all communication providers are technically key workers. Even though we work in sales and retentions, I don't know how sales and retentions is key work, but it's one of them, innit?
You got to keep that broadband going. Come on.
Yeah, we got to keep the sales going. That's what we got to maintain sales. We're key workers for the freaking income.
You're the people that are running our servers.
Yeah, for the freaking infrastructure. But having said that, yeah, it's quite freak. I mean, the funniest one I remember I read, the first piece of news I read when it came to gaming was Apple removed the Plague Inc. game from the Chinese app stores.
And
I saw that. I think I chuckled at the time, but I kind of thought, okay, I can understand why it hits a soft spot with a lot of people there. But at the same time, you know what? It's what I love about this is what I love and hate about it when it comes to a little bit of pressure. I mean, for example, we're talking in the UK. There was no reason for people to go out and start panic buying as crazy as they did. They just genuinely got scared. But at the flip side as well, I mean, they are jackasses. I'd use many profanities for them. They didn't need to panic buy. We had the stock. That wasn't a problem. Yep. But at the flip side as well, after that undue pressure that we apply to ourselves, if anything, the caring side of people, the humanity of people that was coming out as well. While people are bulk buying for themselves, other people are bulk buying to give out to the people who are in need as well. They're giving the care packs out with the free loo rolls, the hand sanitizers and everything, especially for the elder people.
I seen a post on Facebook earlier, and it was I think it was like a shop in Essex, And this guy, he's obviously a business worker, off license. He's struggling at this moment in time due to stock, obviously in this tough crisis. But the thing that I got respect, and I actually messaged the guy personally, and I was like, do you know what, man? He should be awarded like an MBE or something for this, because he actually put a post outside saying, elderly people, do not worry about stock. I have a spare stock in my stock room for elderly customers.
Oh,
and
awesome guy.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Big respect. Massive
No
respect to
doubt.
that guy.
Massive.
He's basically put a giant bullseye on his head for jackasses who are going to try to loot the place, right?
Exactly.
You know, there will. I mean, I don't believe. I would like to believe in the humanity of people, but people are people, being what they are. I would like to believe that in maybe a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, people will realize that we didn't need to panic buy in the first instance. We can be calm about it, and things will calm down. Especially with the, I don't know if you guys know that, like Sainsbury's, for example, they're opening up an hour earlier, so NHS staff and elderly people can get their stock. And things like that are happening throughout the board. I got an email from Tesco the other day saying, because I got a Tesco card, because Tesco's across the road from where we work. I got an email of them saying the maximum people you guys are going to buy from now on are 3 items per whatever. You can't buy more than 3 items of anything, right? So they're having to put this in place. And so it's spooky times ahead. It's not. I mean, everybody's watching Contagion now. I watched it again just to see why people were watching it again, and people are freaked out. The thing is, it's not as bad as the movie Contagion, but the whole purpose of the movie, apart from entertainment, was to give us an education of the reality of it. Our dumbasses, we didn't pick up on the clues. So
I will say this, obviously, to everyone that may view this or anything else. If we could just keep it respectful and please stop assaulting people and insulting the NHS and the police and stuff like that, because the jobs they do are very difficult at their times. I speak to lots of police officers in my daily job. They are fantastic people. They work hard. They do everything, because one day you are going to need them, and you disrespecting them is just disgusting.
Way out of line.
It's not going to help, because do you know what? They're like, I was at work the other day, and you had people ringing up and just giving people pure grief just for the sake of it. People don't actually appreciate the actual health that person could be in. They could be actually risking their lives to go to work. So I think as a country, as human race, we should actually put some respect towards them people, because they're risking their lives. 1, the police are going out on a daily basis managing the streets. 2, the NHS are looking after our sick and vulnerable. Much respect to them guys. Nothing can say in this country about the NHS, and obviously America and all of their health services around the world. But the vital workers are doing everything they can to get everything in place for the country and keep our economic stability safe. Because when the crisis is done, what's going to happen afterwards? Because we don't want to turn into a third world country more than anything. And these are the actual people that's keeping our stability in place, and that's absolute F's in chat for them. Massive.
Yeah. Without them, we'd be full Mad Max, for God's sakes. Look, guys out there, if you know anybody who works in the NHS, you know somebody who knows somebody who works in the NHS, you make them know they are heroes. This is no joke. This is not overplaying it. This is not being a drama queen about it. Genuinely, they are putting, doctors and nurses across the world are dying because they're putting themselves in the firing line of quite literally one of the worst things that we haven't prepared for in a long time. No. They are the heroes. And never mind the police, yes, the grocery store clerks that still have to go to work, yes, even the bank tellers, everybody who still has to go to work. Fine, we have to do that. But the fact that the NHS, any medical profession, NHS, we're being a little bit stickler for the UK, any medical profession, any doctor, any nurse, anybody around the world, the retirees that are coming back to work when technically they don't have to. I don't know if you guys know this, in the UK particularly, they were sending out a request for 65,000 retired nurses and doctors. Come back to work. We need you, please. And they will. You know what? This is the beauty of us as a people, that keep calm and carry on. It wasn't just a meme. It was a mantra. And it kind of died out along the way because we didn't have such pressure before for, I don't know, 7-8 decades, which is a blessing. But when time came, we still had it. We still have that mantra that we will keep calm, we will carry on. There will be jackasses who try to ruin it for the rest of us, but we will maintain, we will man through this, and just God bless them. You don't have to be a religious man to agree with that statement. And let's hope for the best for them, that they do something, they will outlast this virus, and we keep our patience through it all. And God bless them to heaven and back.
If anyone knows anyone that is suffering at work from the coronavirus abuse and stuff like that, that people are giving because they're not getting stock or anything like that, they're having a bad day, just buy them a box of chocolates or some flowers, just to make their day. Just do something for them, just to show the appreciation of what they're doing.
Definitely.
Because there's not enough respect nowadays. I can say.
Definitely not. Enough. It's all give, and not. Do you know what I mean? It's all take, and not give.
Take, no give.
Anyway, moving on. Let's move on. From this subject. Any questions from you guys that you'd like to know?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Zubair. I'll give you the mic on this one. If you have any questions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have my thingy window open. Do you have anything there, my good man, Sean?
At the moment, I have literally nothing on this. We've got.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do
people.
this.
Keep up.
So we've got 28 people watching this now. If you have any questions for the panelists, drop it in chat. Put who your questions for, and that person is more than happy to chat to answer your question. If it's about Wicked Wolves, drop me a question. I'm more than happy to answer it. I'll tell you anything as long as it's not breaching my NDA. End of the day, I have to sign an NDA as well, being the figurehead of the organisation. But we're more than happy to answer your questions. Just stick a question in chat, and we'll get that sorted.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do want to see Jordan do a TikTok.
Oh, for God's sake!
Sorry,
How do I put this? How do I put this very politely? You have more chance of having dinner with the Queen.
I'm going to hold you to that now. If I end up having dinner with the Queen,
Sean, you know how to use Photoshop, yeah? Just put yourself next to the Queen in Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
So I can see a question here. What games do WWG focus on? So at the moment, we do have a few teams. We've got Apex, Fortnite, Overwatch, Call of Duty. Well, we're working on a Call of Duty team. We've got Rainbow Six. We have League of Legends. We have... Do you know what? I'll get my phone up because it's got it all on here. We've got Paladins, and we are looking at getting a CSGO team.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
Okay, so
do we have a second team?
Comment? No, we've got. Well, one is a question, but for Zubair, and it's.
Oh, really? God help me.
How did you get your beard so lush?
Genetics, motherfucker.
From Bogai.
I have grown this since I was 14. I started shaving a little bit, and I thought, well, it's a religious thing, guys. You must know, right? Muslims, a lot of us, we like to grow our beard as well for a religious purpose, right? So I shaved at first, and I thought, no, I don't like this. I just don't feel right. And then I started growing it, and I've not shaved this since I was 15 years old. So we're going on 17 years now. 17 years to just let it grow, and you only trim it to make it nice and neat. And then apply oil, of course, and anti-dandruff shampoo, because when you get dandruff down here, it is a mother fudger. It itches like anything, but you man through it, and it pays off. I was growing the beard when people were just like, why have you got a beard? Why? I was doing it before it was cool. I just want to make people know.
Just to jump in, I've got a little surprise for everybody watching the podcast. One thing that people don't know about Zubair is he used to do stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned, yes.
I have the video.
Oh, jeez. All right. Everybody put in the vote if y'all want to see it, because I loved it.
Oh, no, they see it.
They're going to see it anyway. Okay.
They're going to see it. They're seeing it anyway. This is brilliant.
Hi there. Yes. Thank you very much for letting me perform. I have a very important announcement before I start. We will kill all the infidel scum. Sorry, wrong speech. That's for a different venue. No.
Very good, Zubair. Very good, Zubair.
2 bags of nitrogen fertilizer, 10 bottles of bleach, killer uranium. Why do they call it a dirty bum with 10 bottles of bleach? Guess about 2 bags of shit, never mind. And it's really funny when I'm in Manchester and I'm walking down, I have a very aggressive walk, and wearing these things won't really help. Everyone moves out the way, even Scally, shut up. But some people get really funky. Down at the end of Oxford Road, right, there's the club top, you guys probably have seen it. And what happens was I was walking home late at night, 11:30. This poor girl, bless her, it's really cold. She's wearing a little more than a vest and a belt. She's shivering. She looks at me, And she says, "Can I borrow your beard to keep warm?" Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a thermal insulation.
That is so typical Manchester. First of all,
Isn't it? she doesn't know me from anywhere. She's shivering there. She ain't wearing but strings. And it's winter. Oh, it was brilliant. That club isn't there anymore, but it was hilarious. They've turned it into a shisha bar, typical. It's the Curry Mile. Because the Curry Mile, there's no bars anymore. It's just curry and shisha, that's it. And that was back in my uni days. Genuinely happened. Play the rest, and this genuinely happened again. That was my general reply. Go on.
Device. This is facial hair. So I walked past nonchalantly, shouted at her, "Grow your own!" Cut it with the stubble. Give her a couple of weeks, but I'm thicker than mine. So as you can probably guess, yes, no, please put your phones away. You don't have to call the terrorist hotline. I didn't join Al-Qaeda because I wasn't quite convinced about their retirement plan, if you know what I mean. Cheers for blowing yourself up in the 70 pieces. I don't think so. And I've come every time I come in this place, right, with a Kung show. Everybody's always making sexual jokes. We've had 5 or 6 now, and I'm not particularly experienced in this particular department.
Oh, so
still not.
But if you're saying things like, "When I have sex, it's like eating lasagna with chopsticks," I don't get very much out of it, and I'm cleaning up for half an hour afterwards. My guess is you're probably doing it wrong. And interestingly enough, I just came back from my home country, from Pakistan, and ironically enough, I got stopped at the airport. Yeah, I know. And they took me to the customs. They checked me out. There's this giant poster on the board. It says, "Things you're not allowed to put in your bag: guns, explosives, Justin Bieber CDs, Ugg boots." And this little 5-foot lady stands in front of the poster, looks up to me, and she says, "Do you realize there are some things you're not allowed to keep in your bag?" I said, "Time out. You're wearing a Liverpool Football Club necklace. We are in Manchester City.
Ooh.
You are a bigger security threat than I am." And I'm sorry. It's okay.
Talk us through that, Zubair. Come on, give us the story, man.
Yeah.
Genuinely. So my first time back in UK after I think 7-8 years. I moved to Pakistan when I was 14. Finished my high school back over there in Pakistan, and I wanted to come back here to Man Uni to start studying. And because I got a new British passport issued, and I was there for 7 years straight, I didn't even come back to the UK. There was nothing to come back to. The only 2 visas in there were for Saudi Arabia and Indonesia. Alarm bells. This is 2008, you got to remember. So naturally, they pulled me to the side. Naturally, they want to go through my bags. And it's the most adorable ladies ever there. There's a slightly elder lady. She was like 45, 50. Not even elder, kind of like middle age. And another one as well who was like 30, 35. And she was
Sandra.
Sorry?
Bet you were called Sandra.
I don't remember the name because I only remember the Liverpool Football Club necklace. I just thought we're in Manchester. You're wearing Liverpool Football Club, and you're going through my bags. And it was the beautiful thing was they saw the funny side out of all of it. They were just having a laugh and joke. At the time, yes, a lot of people they were getting stereotyped. A lot of Muslim guys who looked Muslim were generally getting pulled to the side for no particular reason. Just people just swinging their members, trying to prove rent-a-cops, trying to prove their worth. It wasn't even any reason to do it. So, but because being me, I just laughed my way out of it genuinely with them. So that's the story too. It genuinely did happen, and it was hilarious. So, and again, the next part is also true. The type of books I had in the bags, so that's even better.
Well, I have linked it in. Obviously, we don't have time to watch the full video.
Of course. No.
I have linked the link to the YouTube page, Zubair's actual channel. So don't forget to go and drop him a subscribe. If you are watching through our YouTube channel, make sure you do subscribe to us as well. Our Facebook page is Wickables Gaming. We do have Instagram as well, Wickables Gaming, and Twitter, Wickables Gaming. Surprise, surprise. But
what's that Twitter again?
So we've got one. Noxie wants a sexy beard stroke from Zubair. Come on, do it.
Go on, Zubair. Right, so before you even do it, I was on a phone call with Bearded Viking last night. Bearded Viking, if you're watching, much love, brother. Massive helped me out last night. You better do it better than him because he had a very good one.
Oh, I'll be
He is
honest
a
with you. I don't stroke my beard that much. I stroke something else. Aha! Can you say demonetized?
You better not get us demonetized.
Go on. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It was right there.
That's a month suspension right there.
Disciplinary, but that's what I like.
He is a Canadian Zubair. I'm telling you now. He is a Canadian Zubair. So no pressure. Stage is yours.
I'm sorry, but I cannot be a Canadian. No way. So let's. Oh, really? Oh, put me on the full screen. Let's see what happens. Okay, Mr. Viking, I cannot match Viking blood because you guys have a natural talent. But for me, let's see if I can do something. Does that pass the test?
We'll leave it to the comment. We'll leave it to the comments and see what the comments.
To the comments.
Well, it didn't work for you. I mean, I like it.
we have got one from Sharon Miller, who put Jordan can try it on his wannabe beard.
Oh, his adorable little stubble. Yeah, you'll get that.
This isn't a beard. This is laziness.
I lost my shaving stick.
The difference between me and Zubair, I don't do this by choice. I'm just very, very lazy.
The thing is,
it's like after every 5 or 6 months you come in clean shaven, it's like a baby again. It just annoys me the heck because I'm like, keep your beard, but no, it's just pure laziness, like you said.
Though, during this whole podcast, is that I'm the only one with a really bad hairline?
Yes, but we just weren't polite about it. We didn't want to mention it.
It doesn't matter.
We just thought, oh, poor guy. I'm sure there are many other people suffering from that affliction.
Zubair will shave his beard off and make you a wig.
Oh,
shut up. I won't shave it off. The trimmings I'll collect and I'll give it to you.
You could just walk with me everywhere and I'll just have it on top of my head.
Oh, right, yeah. How short are you? You could just walk under here. It's just like...
5'9".
5'9". Okay, I might need heels. I'm 6 foot on the dot, so...
You can go and see that woman in Manchester and tell her, actually, it does work.
It does work, yes. It does keep people warm. I warm their hearts too.
Just a bit of a statement last night. If anybody does have me on Facebook, I do want to initially issue a formal apology. This is quite a funny story, to be fair.
Go on.
So, me and a friend of mine decided to swap Tinders.
Oh no! Please continue. Don't stop at my time. Tinders are grinders.
Friend of mine called Imran Mullah, Zubair knows who this is, was helping my friend. And safe to say, I was hacked on Facebook. So if anybody's seen the post that I did put, I do apologise. It was not me. But do you know what? The Tinder responses was actually brilliant. I will tell you them right now.
Go on.
So match this one girl called Chelsea, right? And my friend decides to put, going back to the Liverpool theme, I support Liverpool, not Chelsea. Ruin my life. So she replies, I wear Adidas, not Jordans. Ruin my life.
I saw that.
Brilliant. That's amazing.
And I just put, fair play. That's an insane reply. I don't know how to respond.
You should have bought her a pair of Jordans.
Absolutely. Our league team are streaming a little bit later on. They are going to be practicing. I think they're trying out the new mid laner, so make sure you go and check them guys out. Obviously, Mini Sparks is in the YouTube chat there. Just drop a sub to him, and he'll show you the links. But we've got 15 minutes of the podcast. It's been a very emotional episode. This one, I'm enjoying myself. It's a shame I can't be on every episode, but I'll probably show myself every now and again. But is there any questions for me? Have you guys any more questions or?
Noxy EU didn't have a question, but he said it would have been much better with the Magic Mike song.
Magic Mike?
Yeah.
What does he mean by a Magic Mike? Does he mean what I think he means?
I would have rather done the Tom Jones "Leave Your Hat On" one.
Leave your hat on. It is what I thought he meant.
Yeah.
What's the name of that Brazilian stripper that goes famous on the internet memes? The Brazilian guy. He does the whole with the bandana on, He is sexy AF. He's just got, you know the guy I mean? Am I the only guy who's watching a guy strip?
That's going to be Zubair's new promo.
Just to bring the...
I'm a moderate Muslim man.
Just to bring the Sempro down. Zubair, do we need to have words later?
No. I'm neither. I'm not homosexual, nor am I homophobic. I just want to make that clear. He's just such a sexy man.
Okay.
I will find the clip. I will share it, and then I will redeem myself. It's hilarious.
Okay. The only Brazilian I watch is the Tipsy Bartender. That's
Yes, I like him. I think it's great.
Tipsy Bartender.
Yeah.
Well, now I got to Google that because I don't even know what y'all talking about. Is this a trap?
You had to drink.
Zubair probably will not be adequate for you, my man.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
It's alcohol.
Oh, it's actually a drink. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I just thought it was like I don't know. It was a guy who calls it like Al Murray the pub landlord. I thought Tipsy Bartender was something else.
Al Murray the pub landlord is an absolute legend. Just saying.
He really is. Oh, hail to the ale! And us Muslims have to be quiet. Just get to the jokes, please. We can't hail the ale.
he is brilliant.
He is hilarious.
But going back to gaming.
Oh, is that what we do?
That is what we do. Surprise, surprise.
No kidding. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So, have we anything at all we need to?
I mean, in terms of what do you call it, the competitive side, everybody's going to learn the mechanics of. If people haven't learned the mechanics, they can bug you afterwards as well. But I think what we can do, the beautiful thing about this chat is we can talk about any damn thing we want to when it comes to games. Yes, regularly, we're always going to be regularly chatting about the mechanics and the streaming and the gaming, and the competitive side as well as the content side, etc. I think it would be nice for us to highlight in chat, general, like the topics we discussed today. I think, depending on how people feel, like we brought up the John Wick gaming, we brought up Final Fantasy VII, and then we put it back down again, didn't we, Jordan? Generally, things I think, and obviously gaming news, I would like to try and bring as much as I can. So in particular, if anything, if we want to continue talking about it, I would like to ask if there's any other type of, aside from, I've told you the game I'm looking forward to, any other games that you guys are looking forward to?
I've got one.
Go on.
Dying Light 2.
Oh, that would be good.
It's
That's on PS5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming out on PS5.
Mentions and everything. PlayStation 5 is king.
Dying Light.
But yeah, Dying Light 2 is going to be... The Last of Us 2, for God's sakes. Well, they're separate leagues, aren't they, really? Yeah. But Dying Light, oh my God, the first one was bloody amazing. I never thought... I usually hate first-person viewer games, FPS games. There's only a few exceptions. One was a game called Prey. Another was a game called... everybody loves Doom. Everybody loves Doom, right? Yeah. I think if you don't love Doom, get the hell out. And then I started playing this one as well, Dying Light. And my God, the parkour, the way they did it in such a way, it didn't, I thought it was just going to be hectic, but it was so controlled. I love the gameplay on that game.
I'm probably more looking forward to the next COD. I'm not a big fan of Modern Warfare as the mechanics. I think it's very slow, very, very mechanical. I think the next Call of Duty is going to be more the Activision side, not the Activision side, the Black Ops series side. So that's something I'm more looking forward to.
More Treyarch next.
Treyarch, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And then we're looking into. Well, I can't really say anything because I'm a huge fan of the new Modern Warfare. Like, I've played Call of Duty since it first came out, so. Yeah. So I used to be the guy that trick shotted, and yeah, it was nasty.
You horrible person.
And had Fez in your name.
No. Let's start charging me.
Because FaZe is cool.
Start charging me.
Why am I promoting FaZe on here?
That's a good point.
That's me getting fined.
Shame on you. Right. So, seriously, Shonda. So that's the what you said. The Dying Light 2. You already said that, aren't you? Yeah, that's awesome. Anybody else out there who's anything in the comments saying any games they're particularly looking forward to? Any of you guys out there have something that you'd like to highlight on? Somebody's looking. Andy Osborne had to cancel his pre-order copy of Doom.
Couldn't afford it. Oh, you poor dude. That sucks, man. Right?
I've just seen the comment of Glenn. We've all watched Fitz, haven't we?
Yeah. Fitz is hilarious. Yeah.
You know Ainsley. I'm a sneaky man.
Oh yeah.
My name's Ainsley.
I do the sniping. Yes, that's very good.
I see him.
Oh!
I
So
see
we've got-
him, but he can't
See
see
him.
me. I'm a sneaky, sneaky man.
It's so simple, but somehow he makes it so funny. It's brilliant. God Almighty!
Samson's looking forward to Cyberpunk. I know he's been looking forward to that for a
Oh,
while.
of course, Cyberpunk. Yes. Oh God, that's going to be amazing.
Caleb Gibson has been looking forward to Fallout 76. Humber Gaming is looking forward to the new Avenger game. Eric Lara, who is our competitive esports manager, he's looking forward to Doom. There's a few
Of
games
course.
that everybody seems to be looking forward to.
That's awesome because I'm kind of like stuck now with the as much as I say PlayStation is king, I've got to a point where I'm just kind of waiting for the following months because there's a lot of games coming up.
You
know,
like
so
keep rubbing in PlayStation's king.
I'm sorry. I mean, I can't help it. I'm gonna get a crown and I'm gonna write PlayStation on the damn crown. But that's the thing because I know I keep bringing it up, but I'm just waiting right now for a lot more consoles to come, a lot of games to come out. That's my position right now because I've clocked a lot of them. I might just get the Now membership just to play. You know that $8.99 membership you get where you can stream games. I might get that for a couple of months and wait until there's some serious games come out. You know, because that's going to be some pretty awesome.
I have got a question actually for you, Jordan.
Go on.
For anyone who's looking to become a content creator and that, who works, obviously, any advice for them?
Oh, that's a very good question, actually. So I'm a streamer myself. I obviously work full-time basis. Sometimes I work like 2 jobs, especially being CEO of Wicked Wolves Gaming. But I do also try to make time for me to stream because at the end of the day, I like to have a bit of fun. The best thing I'd say to you is do not set a schedule. A lot of people would say set a schedule, but I personally say no because obviously you're going to be working. If you work on shifts, that's absolutely fine. But like in my line of work, I could be working one Monday, I could be working at 8 till 4. The following Monday, I could be working 1 till 9. So with me doing a schedule, it doesn't work. So basically just stream when you can. Make sure you're promoting on all your social media. Make sure you have your social media set up. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that sort of stuff is very beneficial towards your streaming life. Speaking about social media, on the tab down below, there is our social media. Make sure you do go and follow, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications on YouTube. Just FYI. But yeah, that's the way I started originally. I started with like 0 views, 1 view, 2 views, and then I started promoting more on social media, and then I ended up hitting affiliate in 30 days. So that's the way that we're looking at that.
Someone said, how's the Xbox Siege team from Hype Remix?
Hype Remix, they're actually doing pretty good. We've just recently made some team changes. So our IGL, who was Abdu, has recently moved to the PC Siege team. And we have brought in a new lad coming in who is going to be replacing him in a sense. Their communication's on point, the synergy's on point. Watched them last night. They're doing pretty well.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
That's great.
Yeah. Also, going back to social media, if people are going to promote their social media, make sure they're using the correct hashtags.
Yes.
Especially on Twitter and Instagram.
I'll tell you,
so much further.
I'll tell you what I'll do in a couple of weeks. I will get our social media manager on the podcast. And if any of the viewers have got questions about social media, starting out as a content creator and the social media, because this guy's got a degree in social marketing, he is your person to speak to. He's recently moved into the role with us because he is a fair new member with us, but we already see the work that he is doing. He's potentially got half of the viewers here for us, but he's doing an amazing job already. He sent me his plan, and I just looked at the plan and fell in love with it. So yeah, he's doing a lot of good works.
Good man.
So I'll get him on there.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
Someone put Mini Sparks put loads of questions for the social media about hashtags.
About hashtags. Well, I guess that's.
Oh,
go on, sorry.
And also from John Samson, what's the age limit for competitive and content?
So you're too right.
We aim towards 16-year-olds. more than anything, because most of MLG circuit, if it's a paid competition, you have to be 16. You have to be 16 up to do it. I think it's under £300. They might have changed it. I'm not sure. Over £300, it's 18. But yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Perfect. Someone put, yeah, I've got loads of questions for that, and the best ways to support sponsors.
So in our team, the way that we have our sponsors, I don't want to give too much information on this because of obviously of the NDA, but we have 2 sponsors. We recently dropped one due to a lack of communication with the company. And when we did get a response, it was very unprofessional. I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to denigrate any company, because every business out there is amazing in their own sense. But we do have ID Gaming, which is an amazing computer mouse mat company. They do have custom Wikibulls mouse mats. I'll go on the website in a minute and I'll show you the custom mouse mats. They are amazing and they up performance by at least 50%. So they are awesome. Trust me. If you can get on there, go and buy yourself one because they're insane. We also have Razor Wire Energy, who's an energy supplement company, a lot healthier than normal like Red Bulls or anything like that. But the way that we do it is, if you're streaming from a PC, have it in your stream as a content creator, or have it in your description. So like mentioning the basically the brand. So like hashtag ID Gaming, or a link to their website, or just simple as their logo more than anything. If they're streaming straight from a console, because not everybody's fortunate to get a gaming PC, because you're talking £1,000, £2,000, or in US case it's like $1,000. We just say hashtags. So hashtag Wikibulls Gaming, hashtag Razor Wire Energy, hashtag ID Gaming, because then that gives the benefit, because somebody coming in that's never watched Wikibulls members, they'll come in and go, okay, who's ID Gaming? They'll go into ID Gaming and then they'll have a look, and they might be a gamer themselves. They might just purchase. We do have a discount code, which is WW Gaming. I will put it in chat for you guys, and you do get 10% off all purchases.
Okay. We've also got, so let me have a look through because it's going quite fast. So someone put, Nolda Boret put, sweet, I'll have to get a WWG mouse pad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just put. Here you go. Is the discount code?
Okay, so I'm not a PC gamer, so obviously that I'm sure you know that by now. You were saying how the mats actually improve performance. So what is it, like smoother or something like that, less friction or something? What?
It's a lot smoother. So especially with the PC gamers, unlike myself, I still play controller. It's habit. But like one of our guys, Chris Reed, Demon, he actually got one, and his mouse moves a lot smoother because of the actual smooth circuit. The way that the actual product's finished is next level. Let me get it.
Okay. Yeah, please do, so our guys can see them. They're really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So
just a quick one, if it's all right.
Yep.
Whilst you're getting up, shoot it. Yeah.
So someone put, Mini Sparks put, when can we get some WWG merch like hoodies for our streams?
We are looking into that as we speak. So me and the marketing company, the marketing team are looking into it. We're trying to get the best products, but also the best price. We don't want to get too cheap, because if it's too cheap, then the quality is not going to be the best. But we don't want to go too expensive because people are on a budget, especially in this crisis. So we have to meet somewhere in the middle, and it's very difficult. But we are definitely looking into that. So just to have a look at this, if you can see here.
Yep.
You've got different here. So if we go into Community Hub, obviously you can see that they're promoting us, which is much love to ID Gaming more than anything. And then you can see we've got our own section. So here are our custom mouse pads, different colours. You've got your blue one, you've got your yellow one, you've got your red one, and then the different colour logos. They're quite old, to be fair. They're the large ones. These are the smaller ones. But yeah, there you go. They're the custom mouse pads. £29 for the smaller ones. I think it's like 35 for the 35 for the big ones. But with 10% discount, yeah, you're more than
okay. We have got a question. Also, if I've got a backdrop with WWG and our sponsors for stream, would that be okay? And that's from Mini Sparks.
Absolutely. I'd never actually thought of that before. So that's an idea for me to take away and do that myself. So thank you very much for the idea there, man. But yeah, absolutely. Go ahead with that.
Okay, and Jaco put gaming PC UK £600, but not important. Wondering if you guys have heard about Valorant new Riot game.
I have. It is more Overwatch-ish. So it's a 5v5 based. It's like Overwatch mixed with Paladins, with a bit of like COD dynamic in there. The gameplay looks really good and it looks really promising. It could potentially take over Overwatch, but there is a few bugs on their system at that end. But they've got to smooth that out and do that.
All right, I think that's.
We could do one more question if anybody's got one more, and then
anyway.
No, there's literally no questions on where I'm looking at the moment.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I think that's it for this week. Sean, anything you want to
add? Obviously, just everyone stay safe, have a good time, and that's me over and out. To be fair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Zubair?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, and various genders, Apache helicopters, whatever you identify as, we will be hosting this show regularly, as I did say at the beginning, just in case you missed out. This is going to be a regular occurrence, the Pack Chat. Sean is our host for this week. We'll see. We're going to have a rotation. I'm not quite sure exactly how it's going to work out. We're still going to figure out the dynamics of it, but there will be regular streams. You will see you all get... Yep, sorry.
Next week is the Canadian Zubair, Mr. Bearded Viking.
My brother from another color will be on the show with me, and we will be stroking our beards together. That sounds worse than I thought it would. I'm sure you know what I mean. And we will talk about a topic that we'll bring to you at the time. We'll also present our guest. We will announce him shortly during the week. Not during the week, before when the time comes. And we hope to see more of you guys, and this will be a regular occurrence. If you guys have any suggestions for us that you'd like for us to cover, please do shoot them this way, and we'll see what we can cover and what is able to be done over our next stream. Sorry. Anything else, Alpha?
Nope. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Much love to all my Wicked Wolves family, and I appreciate everybody stopping by and popping support. So it's been a really good first episode. It's gone a lot better than we actually thought. So I appreciate all the support. Much love to everyone.
Yep, much love.
Wolves out.
That
was a terrible howl.